What's up, y'all? You already know the vibe. Welcome back to my reaction channel. Today's video, this was sent to me on Twitter. Adam22 tells Blu Jasmine she needs therapy and she gets pissed. These episodes never do well right here. The last time we reacted to one of these, it was like, remember OT Genesis had that argument with the joint on there that the joint tried to violate? That was the last thing that happened on here. These never go well. These like little podcast joints, these things, especially with joints that don't want to hear nothing about themselves. But we about to see, because let's not judge. Let's not judge before we get into the video. But let's do it.
It just literally happened to me last week again. I was coming back from Miami from the Fresh and Fit podcast.
You fuck either of those guys?
Huh?
You fuck those guys?
Ew, like what? No,
Why ew?
Because I honestly, yeah, I'm not gonna say that. Forget it.
What?
But no, if you
gave
cut,
Myron
would
a
you
hand
cut
job?
it out? Ew.
No.
Like what?
What?
Like no, I'm not.
Okay.
Like yeah, I feel like unless it's financial, men don't. It's hard for me to get turned down by a man. Like to me, it's like yeah, no, I'm good. You know what I mean? Yeah, like unless I think like even watching a man spend his money, like recently I was at the strip club and watching a man spend his money even on other women turns me on. You know what I mean? It's just like it makes me feel like wow, like you're a boss.
I think you need therapy.
Fuck you.
I mean, I'm just serious. Like you have to.
Why do I need therapy for getting what I want just for living?
Okay. If you're a woman who could get turned on by a guy for other reasons, and then you also get turned on by a guy spending money on you, I guess I could understand. But when you say you only get turned on by a guy who's throwing money at you, I mean
that's like the first thing, and then then I'm curious now. Who like oh okay you're hot, big dick energy. You know what I mean?
What?
What kind of financial?
Big dick energy, spending money on other girls. So spending money on other girls turns her on? Like that's what?
Circumstances did you grow up?
What the hell is she talking about?
Growing up?
Hell yeah. My mother was 18, my father was 21. My dad had a couple crack houses, so he had money and cars and stuff, but it was like hood shit, you know what I mean? So yeah, I ain't have no bread. I had to get it out the mud.
I guess that does probably partially explain it.
Maybe.
I mean, just like
the Devil Reserve.
So I think she's like that probably because her dad was like that. So she's looking for a man like that.
Houses. I guess that's probably gotta explain some of
But
this.
my dad did financially take care of me my whole life until I was 21, until I finished college.
Right. But he was also basically committing genocide, destroying his own community to make money.
No, that was just why he was young. After like he went
And no hate on people selling crack or anything, because I understand a lot. It would be unfair for me to hold your dad to that standard when a lot of the people I interview have obviously probably killed tons of people with the drugs that they were selling. And I guess that's just, it's an acceptable part of the culture. But yeah, I don't know. It's just there's got to be more to this.
I don't know. What were we saying prior?
The thing that really kind of the best part in the Kevin Samuels thing that I saw was how you tried to like basically explain how it was illegal for them to kick you out of the apartment, and he I think kind of cornered you and made you realize that actually they legally.
No, it is illegal though, especially during Corona. Because they were trying to. I mean, these circumstances weren't the ones I was under because the person is paying my bills happily. But he tried to say if this was a circumstance, so then obviously I'm not just gonna give in. I'm not gonna be like, okay, here you go.
Doesn't it get
like
paying her bills?
Like you're gonna have to wait until I get my shit together.
Okay, but say it was me, and we were dating, and I was paying for an apartment that you were living in, and paying for the car, and we broke up. I would say, I'm taking it all back. And then what are you going to do? Like,
I'm going to say, get it back in blood, bitch.
Yeah, and I mean, I probably, like, if I got to send some people to, kick you out of the apartment or whatever, I guess I got to do that. I hope they don't have to hurt you or whatever, but I'm probably, and I would like to not be there since me being part of it doesn't seem like a good idea. But, like, what are you going to do?
Word.
Honestly, them things have never happened to me. But I would just imagine that I would not, I wouldn't leave easily. And I don't have a shame in saying that. Like, I'm not. Yeah, no, it's just not happening. You're not going to kick me out of space that you placed me in. Like, you're going to have to wait until I'm comfortable enough or until I'm ready to do what I need to do.
It's just so interesting you say you're not going to, when legally it's their right to, and it's the right thing, in my opinion, for them to be able to, and there's nothing that you could do to stop them. And if the cops were called or if it was taken to court, they would rule that you were wrong. Like what what basis does this cockiness
I don't really know the laws, you know, so I can't really fight that.
But it sounds like
I know that
it sounds like she
I'm
knows the
gonna
laws though.
Stick it out until I can't. Yeah, you're gonna have to drag me out of there. Yeah.
Right. So, okay, I might already said this, but what does this guy think of all this newfound attention to his romantic situation or his financial situation, I guess? Like, what does he think of the fact that this has gotten so much attention and that it's basically about him, even though he remains anonymous?
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. He probably thinks it's cool. He hasn't really said anything in regards to it that's negative. He's definitely said, you know, he's a money person, so he's definitely said capitalize. He's definitely said try to make it into something for yourself. You know what I mean? But he hasn't said anything. He doesn't feel any way. He doesn't care.
I need to know the backstory on that.
Because I would think it would be like really embarrassing to, like, even though he hasn't been named.
But there, you'll be surprised that I've received cash apps from men after this. Like, men are in my DM sending me money who I don't even know.
Right.
Who probably will never meet me, who don't know where I live, don't know anything about me but this, what they see on the internet, and they're sending me money.
I mean, I guess it shouldn't be so hard for me to understand because the truth is that there's tons of girls out there who are, like, charging money for their OnlyFans, and then their OnlyFans has, like, pictures of them in a bikini, whatever, like not that anything that crazy, and then meanwhile you could log right on to Pornhub and search that girl's name and see her getting fucked in the ass, whatever, and dude's still like, I mean, if you're paying for the OnlyFans, you kind of are just paying her for no reason, realistically, because there's crazier shit on Pornhub. Not for every girl, obviously. Like, I mean, I'm sure you're not on there, but no. I mean, I guess it shouldn't surprise me so much that guys just want to give money to girls for nothing, but I can't escape it. It's just baffling to me.
I don't think it's for nothing. I think it's for just them existing. And I feel like, don't a lot of what's Patreon? Don't people, like, men or whoever watch you give money to people just to listen to you? Patreon.com/NoJumper. Yes, but I mean, there's a lot of content on the Patreon that's like exclusive that they don't have access to. Right. We can do naked girl stuff on there. We can do, you know, all kinds of drug types. And
Not that we have yet, but we're going to.
And so they find value, even, you know what I mean? But a person like me would be like, why would I pay for this? You know what I mean? Like you said, when I can go on Pornhub, or I can listen to this on YouTube for free or whatever. So that's the part that I don't get, because even on Fresh and Fit podcast, I didn't want to, like, put them on blast, but I was like, aren't you men paying to watch men? Like, I don't get it. Like, why wouldn't you pay a woman, like, if you liked her or if you had interest in her? Like, what's the difference?
Okay, shorty, the difference between a Patreon and an OnlyFans is because Patreon, you can probably get the person that you enjoyed speaking or enjoy listening to, or get information from a Patreon. It's less for the, yes, and it's more it could be entertainment also, but it's like, it doesn't have that tainted name of, like, OnlyFans. When you hear OnlyFans, I think of titties and ass, like, you know what I mean? I don't think of entertainment and knowledge, or like, you know what I mean? Like, if my food pulls up, I will pull up a Patreon and watch a video before I pull up a girl's OnlyFans. Like, what am I about to eat and watch porn? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, the difference is that, like, if somebody, you know, and apparently there are many people who are open to this, but if there's people who watch my podcast and they want to see more of the podcast, or they want to see some extra content, or, you know, some people do it out of the goodness of their heart, because the reality is that you could be a huge fan of No Jumper and it costs $0, like, for you to be a fan. You can watch everything on YouTube for free. Some people see that, they realize at a certain point, like, oh, they have all these expenses, they have all these employees, maybe I want to give them $5 a month, because that will help make their whole operation easier.
Same here. So some people see a beautiful woman and they're like, maybe I want to buy her a car because that's going to help her get from point A to point B. Maybe I want to put her in a house because she's going to be sheltered, and it's going to be because of me that this is happening. The same exact thing.
But I think there's a big difference between, like, a podcast that you get a ton of enjoyment out of and that occupies, like, many, many hours out of your week, versus, like, just a random woman just having a car or just living in a house. Like, it just seems like much, much less common sense to want to support.
Really? I think it depends on who you are and what you like to support. So some people may like to support a podcast, and some people like to support women.
Some random woman having a nice car.
Yeah, and
Unless
that
you
makes
get
men
mad
feel
a little
good.
bit.
Listen, the other day, oh yeah, with the taxi situation, I was about to say that story. Came off the flight to Miami, my phone was dead, so I had no choice but to talk to this person. I was annoyed at first. He's talking to me, telling me about the cars that he has, and I'm like, can you buy me a car? And at first he's laughing, like, ha ha ha, whatever, whatever. And I'm like, I'm really serious, I really need a car. Like, my car is messed up, da da da, you know, bullshitting, whatever. And, yeah, so I exchanged. So then we were talking, you know, we continued to talk, but he wasn't really jacking it, like, during our initial like car ride. Gave him my phone number. He's literally been calling me the last 5-6 days trying to get me to meet him at the dealership, but I've been so busy running around with everything that I haven't had the chance to. Every single day, are you gonna meet me today at the dealership? Are you gonna meet me today at the dealership? Are you gonna meet me today at the dealership? That he wants to get me a car. Don't know this person. Literally had a 1-hour taxi ride that I didn't have to pay for.
If you're driving a taxi, you're not making enough money to buy a random woman a car.
I mean, I don't know. Some people.
YouTube TV has no
A Uber driver is trying to buy her a car? Niggas got this shit
fees
fucked
and
up.
includes unlimited.
Nigga, Uber driver trying to buy a joint a car. What? Nigga, you buy yourself a car. Nigga, that's not even your car. Niggas riding your car every day.
I don't know.
I mean, you kind of do though. Like driving a cab is not the best job. I've watched YouTube videos about people who drive Uber and shit. They make like, you know, $500 a week, whatever. I mean, it's
Well,
cool,
according to him, he has an X, whatever the fuck BMW. He has a Porsche.
Nah,
you know what I mean.
Uber
He put his daughter
gets
through
some
school
chicken.
cash. You know what I mean. So whatever money he has saved up, maybe I don't know what's his financial situation, but I know he wants to get me a car. And when I go home, I know I'm gonna go get my car.
Does it stand out to you that there's maybe like a possibility that he might like eventually stalk you or like do some creepy shit or rape you or something like
A
that?
nigga that would just buy your
to
car.
me, that's like the first thing that comes to mind. Anytime somebody tries to offer me something for free, is just
You think they want to rape you?
Yes. No. Alarm bells go off in my head. Like, okay, I have guys come up to me and they say, "Oh, I own this place, and we'll let you have fucking whatever rental car you want. Just like shout us out on Instagram or whatever." I don't do it because I don't want to be in a situation where someone's giving me something because
And now
then
you
they're
owe
gonna
them.
feel like they can ask me for something or they can like exert pressure on me. And I know that being in the position that I'm in, I don't want to have to do anything for anybody. So I just say no. If I'm going to do it, people offer to work for me for free all the time. I don't want to fucking have somebody working for me for free. I want to pay you a fair amount, and then I can actually lean on you to do the work that I need you to do. If you're working me for free, I can't yell at you and say, "Hey, you need to do this. Why the fuck didn't you get this done?" Yada yada. I need to be able to rely on people, and that just doesn't really make sense.
The money holds them accountable.
Well, for me, I just feel like if you stand strong in your stance, I don't give a fuck what anybody feels or thinks or wants to do. You know what I mean? I mean, no one forced you to do these things for me. So it's like once you give it to me, it's mine.
I do agree that these men, if they want to spend money on these relationships or whatever, then that's cool. That's like their prerogative, etc. I do think we need to address like the simp culture where so many guys think that this is like a good use of their time or money. I think it just says like really horrible things about men in general that so many men are this stupid.
Oh shit, that's it. Alright, y'all, I'm about to end this video right here. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Peace.